So I noticed that one of my favorite pastimes is actually asking questions. One of my friends and I have a game. We call it Deep Thought Hot Tub. I'll spare you the details, but basically we ask ourselves deep thought questions, which sometimes are very ridiculous, but sometimes they're also very thought-provoking, and sometimes they're a bit of both. Several of my favorite YouTube channels ask some really interesting questions. This can be about science, this can be about some of my favorite media, and I really enjoy that, and I have heard some really good questions being asked. So this week, I gave Alicia about 400 questions or so that I thought were very, very interesting. Alicia will read that list of her favorite of those interesting questions, and I will answer them as quickly as I can so that you can get on to scrolling through the rest of your Facebook or YouTube feed. All right, I'm ready. Alicia, have at me.
If you could punch anyone in history in the face, who would it be and why?
There's been so many bad people in history. Let's go with Napoleon. I don't really dislike him all that much, but I think it'd be fun to punch the shortest dictator in the world.
What would be the worst buy one get one free sale of all time?
Circumcision comes to mind.
If you could have the answer to any one question, what would your question be?
If I were to get better in any one field of expertise, what should that be?
What incredibly strong opinion or belief do you have that is completely unimportant in the grand scheme of things?
The creative energies that went into writing season 1 of The Legend of Korra were completely squandered. It is a terrible, terrible season, but had so much potential.
What would be your spirit animal?
Oh, that's an orangutan.
If you had a personal flag, what would be on it?
You know what? Let's go with this thing.
What are some of your personal rules you have that you never break?
Never be in 2 places at once.
Do you have an irrational fear?
I feel like the biggest one that comes to my mind is irrational fear of missed opportunities.
What is something that a ton of people are obsessed with, but that you just don't get the point of?
Disney remakes.
When was the last time you changed your opinion about something major?
And I'm assuming this is more than a yesterday kind of answer. Yeah, when and what. Okay. Something major. I feel like a cop-out might be that I've lived my life with a lot of fear lately. That's a really hard question, and I think that I would be interested in seeing what everybody has to say for themselves about that one.
What is the furthest you've been from home?
Nepal.
What could you give a 40-minute presentation on with absolutely no preparation?
Best way to ramble.
When was the last time you climbed a tree?
Not very recently. Might have been when we were geocaching.
What job would you be terrible at?
Oh, probably be a pretty bad interrogator. I feel like I'd be a really bad translator because I don't speak any other languages. President of the United States, I think everyone's bad at. I think I'd have to go with surrogate mother.
If you were a professional wrestler, what would your name be?
El Cangrejo.
If you had to have an 8-foot-tall sculpture of yourself in your home, what pose would it be in? What is the most annoying question that people ask you?
Oddly enough, the only thing that's really coming to mind, besides why are you bald kind of questions, are why did you decide to go into film? It's not really a problem with the question itself. It's more of the tone than anything else.
Would you rather experience a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion?
I see pluses and minuses to both. Alien invasion, there's far less of a guarantee of survival of the human race, but I feel like it would be more unifying and you could possibly get some cool technology after the war. I think the payoff would be a lot better. Plus, there is a possibility that you can actually reason with the aliens. So I guess that puts me at alien invasion. And there we have it. There are all those interesting questions that you can use in your daily life. Think about. Questions kind of shape the way that you think. They shape what you think about. And so if you can come up with unique, useful questions, then you can think about things and possibly come to some really interesting conclusions that nobody else has before. My challenge to you are ask some people some of these cool questions. Investigate some others. Share with us some of those cool questions that you have come across and that you have loved. I will see you guys later. That felt inorganic. Mwah!